Hi, welcome to Restore 2023. Today we're reading Daniel chapter 5, in which the Babylonian king Belshazzar hosts a great banquet. And during the festivities he uses goblets that had been stolen from the temple in Jerusalem to toast his own false gods. The feast is interrupted in mid-flow by the scary vision of fingers appearing and inscribing a message on the chamber wall. So the drunken king is so overcome with fear, he offers a huge reward to anyone who can interpret the words. But when the task stumps his usual team of advisors, the Queen Mother suddenly remembers Daniel, who is now in his 90s. So he's summoned, and through the insight of God that God gives him, he's able to interpret the message. Now, as it reads, this chapter is a simple, straightforward, Sunday school type of narrative, which has added an idiom to our English language, the expression, the writing's on the wall. However, the chapter has often been attacked as inaccurate, which of course deprives it of its historical authenticity and weakens the perception of God's sovereign power. These attacks have been shown to be unwarranted though, and here's what we now know. It was understood that actually Nabonidus was the king of Babylon at the time, but documents have been discovered showing that while Nabonidus was away on a military campaign, he entrusted the kingship to Belshazzar, and that a co-regency existed between them. This explains why, as part of the reward for interpreting the writing on the wall, the king offered the successful person a position as the third highest ruler in the kingdom. There's a curious reference in verse 5 to the plaster on the wall. It was thought to be curious because surely the whole wall would have been coated with plaster, wouldn't it? But no. Excavations of the throne room in Babylon have since revealed that some of the wall was covered with blue enamel brick. Only a part of the wall was plastered. And then what about the writing itself? Well, there's no reason to suppose it was written in anything other than native Aramaic. And Aramaic, like Hebrew, is written without vowels, and at times without word divisions either. So it would have appeared as gobbledygook to the court wise men, but perfectly intelligible to Daniel. His gift was not the deciphering of the words, but the spiritual discernment to interpret their meaning. That God had weighed Belshazzar on the scales and found him wanting. His days were numbered. His kingdom was given to the Medes and Persians. Now, Greek and Persian sources tell us that the siege of Babylon ended when Cyrus, alias Darius, diverted the Euphrates and sent a company inside the wall where the river had flowed through. And here, chapter 5 tells us it happened on the same day the writing appeared on the wall.